Okay.
Or shortened version.
Wouldn't do that if I were you. It's not yet.
Who are you?
Of course. I'm Dee.
Hello, Dee. Who are you?
Oh, do you not know?
No, what? No, what's going on? No, I don't. I can't understand. Who are you and what are you doing here?
Oh, sorry. This has never happened before. What's the last thing you remember?
What do you mean? What? I remember. Why are you asking me this? Have I blacked out or something? You seem...
I seen what?
I don't know, You just seem familiar. Look, I'm sorry for the way I've acted so far, and I'm sorry if you met me last night. I probably invited everybody back and told them all I can stay the night. Dee, please can you just leave, because my head's at the wall and I just don't understand.
You actually remember going out last night?
I can't remember a fucking thing. All I remember is coming home, going up to the bathroom, and then...
Nothing?
Yeah, nothing.
This has never happened before.
You said something like this before.
Excuse me?
You said something that doesn't usually happen. What do you mean by that? What usually happens?
I'm not entirely sure how to explain this yet. If you could just give me a moment.
What do you mean? I mean, what is it to explain? my house is a mess, like I said, people back in it. Is that it, or did you do something else?
I didn't do anything. I wasn't here last night.
What do you mean you weren't here last night? When did you get here?
I don't think I'm handling this particularly well, Amelia.
Handling what? What particularly well? What is going on?
Amelia, you can just calm yourself for a moment.
Calm? You want me to be calm? Why should I be calm? There's a flipping stranger in my house, somebody who looks familiar and knows my name, who's saying things and not happening the way they usually do. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I wake up fully clothed on my couch, but I don't remember going to sleep. And stop all off. There's a fucking door in my house where there fucking shouldn't be. Hey, please, if you know something, just tell me what's going on.
Okay. Some of this may seem strange to you because of the way your memory is. But you say I look familiar. That's because I am. You've seen me before. There's a door here, but there shouldn't be. You find yourself in a fortunate position where a decision needs to be made. I call myself D because it's short for something else. Short for death.
Death.
Yes.
As in, is that like a family name or?
I guess you could say that.
You're not joking.
No.
Death. Death is in the death. Grim Reaper death.
It's funny you should say that, actually. The reason you'll associate the Grim Reaper with death is because it was Hell's Eve in New Mexico a long time ago, and as a joke, one of us. Of course, I can tell you that story another time.
Death. So according to you, I'm dead.
That's actually the funny thing. I mentioned earlier about the fortunate position you find yourself in. Amelia,
Sorry, what?
I was just saying, the funny thing about you being dead.
I'm sure it is.
Sorry?
My death. Being funny. A joke. It's just a joke, Dee. Anyway, go on.
Yes. Well, as I was saying, I mentioned earlier about a fortunate position you find yourself in. Well, usually when this happens, the person remembers and is entertained here by me or another of us.
Sorry, another of you?
Yes,
There's more than one death.
of course. There's lots of us, so there's lots of you. We're assigned you at birth. We witness key events and such.
And they all look like you.
Oh God, no. Think how boring that would be. There's lots of us, so that when you do pass, there's someone here you would feel comfortable around. Where was I? Yes. You're entertained here in a place you deem safe or secure, and then you make your way through the door. There should only be one, but in your case there's two. The front one, and the back one that you've never seen before. Do you know what that means?
No.
It means a choice needs to be made
What kind of choice?
on whether to go back
Go back to where?
to where your body is.
And where is my body, Dee?
It's in the hospital. There's been some sort of accident. Your Honour's sparer in a medically induced coma.
Oh my god.
I honestly think it's a bit unseemly for my humour, but I suppose it's funny.
No, I'm not laughing at that, Dee. I'm laughing at how ridiculous all of this is. I mean, this is nonsense. It's this. It's messing with me again. Right, okay. Let's think logically. Facts. Who, what, where, when, and why.
You forgot how?
Yes, thank you, Dee. I'm Amelia Harnett. I'm in my apartment and it's still in Tibbs, so not much has changed. I went to my sister after work, came home, put a film on, fell asleep on the couch, and this is just a dream or something.
You went to the bathroom. You said you went to the bathroom. Was this when you got home?
Oh, yeah, of course. When I came home, I went up to the bathroom to freshen up and that.
So you remember a bit more now? Yes.
Yeah, I suppose.
Suppose your memory's coming back in drips and drabs?
Yeah, a dream. That's all this is.
How was your work?
Same way it always is.
Did you talk with your sister?
I don't actually remember it. Do you? Did I argue with Rob again? So, a coma. Wow. Do you know the prognosis? Are you privy to that information?
Doctors are unsure. Depends how much strength is left.
Good question. You know, when I was younger, I used to write a lot of stories. I gave them to my sister to read. And I don't think they were any good. I'm not really surprised, to be honest. I was only a kid. I don't think my imagination was as good as it needed to be. And now look how ironic this is. Because I finally written a great story about all of this shit. When I'm fucking deathbed, my brain's trying to come up with this ridiculous scenario. My brain's finally going haywire, and unfortunately I'm in a fucking coma.
You don't believe this is real, Amelia?
Of course I don't. Oh, I'm sorry, does that offend you, Dee?
Not really. We're here to help you. So if viewing me as a figment of your imagination helps, then that's okay. My feelings are immaterial.
So tell me, Dee, what happens if I choose not to go back?
Then you don't go back.
Yeah, I gathered that much. But where do I go?
Wherever you want, I suppose.
Wherever I want.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Oh, I'm sorry, Amelia. What is it you're confused about?
How it seems there are limits to my comatose imagination after all.
Seems I'm the one who's confused now, Amelia. I apologise.
It's nothing, Dee. I'm just ruminating on his insanity. Anyway, so you're saying I can choose what happens after I choose? It's a lot of choosing, don't you think? So much choice. Wow. Who would have thought the great bearded Christian God would be so forgiving?
You aren't Christian. At least not for a little while, anyway.
What is that supposed to mean?
Whenever you're asked to inform what religion you are, you either say none or atheist. I assume from that you weren't a practicing Christian.
No, you're right. I mean, of course you're right. I'm right. I'm literally talking to myself. Do you know what, Dee? Maybe my brother's trying to tell me something, so I'll just play along. No, I'm not a Christian. I'm an atheist. And I was being sarcastic earlier, unless you want to come up with a plot twist and tell me it wasn't a Christian God that sent you, but, I don't know, a Greek god or something. How about it, Dee? Have you been sent from Zeus? Or maybe Thor? Or the best of the lot, the devil? Has Satan sent you to claim my soul?
I don't believe I was sent by anyone, Amelia. We do what we do because you do what you do. Some of us believe different, same way you believe. But at the end of it, we all pass through the same door, alone. I don't know what's on the other side any more than you do, any more than any of us do.
So when I choose, it can be wherever I want, according to you.
Well, I wouldn't take my word for it. I don't know much about anything, really. But if it was me going through the door, I would hope I was going to a better place.
Don't we all? And going back, what does that entail?
whatever you perceive this to be. Your mind, your soul, it goes back to wherever your body is. Now that doesn't mean that you're completely comatose. In the case of a near-death experience, your body may still give out. And then that means
I come right back here anyway. Only with one door. Am I right, Dee?
yes.
I'm like the cat, I have 9 times to die.
I'm sorry.
What? Oh. It's Sylvia Plath. Like Lazarus. Go ahead, tell you, on my back.
Do you like Sylvia Plath?
Not really. Just feel her. Why?
Why what?
Why is the 2 doors for me? Is this what usually happens with a near-death experience?
Not usually, no. It's actually extremely rare that a situation like this arises. Usually, when it does arise, the person is already dead. But for you, it's taken place earlier.
But why?
I don't know. Sometimes it just does.
No, no, I don't accept that. Things don't just happen. Not things like this, like... How does this work? How did you know to come here? How does this happen?
I'm sorry, Amelia. I can't answer any of your questions. We're assigned you.
Who's we? Who are you and your fellow deaths? What are you to us? Angels, aliens, spirits? What is this? Who assigns you?
I'm sorry, Amelia. I can't answer your questions.
Why not?
Because I don't have the answers to your questions.
Well, I think you're lying to me.
I would never dare lie to you. Honesty is the only language the dead and dying deserve.
And do I count as one of your dead and dying right now then, Dee? I mean, because of this fucking choice I've been given. Do I look like a corpse to you? A walking, talking, berating corpse?
My opinion on the matter is irrelevant, Amelia.
Oh, then his opinion is relevant. Mine? Of course it is. You said you need a choice, Dee.
Yes, a choice needs to be made eventually.
Eventually? I'm ready to make it now, so why wait?
I don't think that's wise, Amelia.
I mean, if you're stopping me from making a choice, it's not really a choice then, is it?
No, that's not what I'm doing. It's just, we can stay here, as long as you need to.
Or however long I'm in this dream or a coma for, you mean?
You're confusing me, Amelia. You're acting very contradictorily. 1 minute, you act as if you believe this is real, and the next you don't. You argue with me passionately.
Don't you ever argue with yourself, Dee? Get angry with yourself?
Not really. I don't get a chance to.
Yeah. Well, take it from me. It's exhausting, and none of this is fair. So let's just get it over and done with. Let me make my choice.
Amelia, what isn't fair?
Dee, I'm being serious now. Let me make my choice.
I'm not stopping you.
So you're saying I can just walk out from one of them doors, and you will allow that? Is that what you're saying?
Amelia, what isn't fair?
No, Dee, you don't just get to ask that. I don't have to answer. You didn't answer mine, so I'm not answering yours. Which door?
I'm here to help you.
No, this isn't fair. I want it done.
What done?
This! All of it!
Amelia, what isn't fair? The choice or...
Having to make it again. I already chose.
I know.
So this isn't fair, making me do it again. No, Dee, don't just get to hug me and it all goes away. It's not fair.
I know it's not fair. It never is.
You knew the whole time.
Yes.
No. I mean, did you know I knew?
I had hoped. People always remember. The good, the bad. I hoped you were spared that.
So you lied about omniscient then because you didn't answer my question, Dee?
Yes. I knew.
I'm sorry for lying. I lie to myself often. All I know is how to lie to myself. I don't deserve your honesty, Dee. I don't deserve anything that's good.
Lies aren't always bad. The truth isn't always good. Lies help protect us at our weakest until we're strong enough to face the truth. In some ways, they complement each other.
And am I, Dee?
Are you what?
Strong. Strong enough.
That depends
On what?
on what you mean by strong.
Of course, my mind's last chance to say she's the strength. Appeal to my strength or lack thereof. You know what you sound like? Like a fucking counsellor. Like one of them Hollywood ones, like Good Will Hunting or some shite. What, you're gonna tell me it's not my fault next? I made my choice for a reason, Dee, and I want to make it again.
Of course, Amelia.
What?
Everything I said before was true. You've made your choice, and you're free to make it again.
I will make it.
I know.
I will do it, Dee.
Yes.
What? And you're not gonna stop me? You're not gonna give me some rousing speech about how life's worth fucking living?
I'm sure you've heard this all before, Amelia. But a choice is made, and it can only be made by one.
Then what's the fucking point? What is this? What is the point?
The point in what?
The point in... Very clever. Exactly. What is the point? What's the point in this waste of space? Waste of space?
No, that's not what I mean. I meant the question truly. What point do you want all this to have?
Me. I wanted nothing, Dee. I just want this over and done with.
We respect choice. We always have. You asked me earlier if I believed you'd be strong. If I thought you were strong. Strong is relative. Choosing is strength.
Choosing the easy way out is not strength.
There is no easy way out. There never is.
Exactly. So why would I want to go back to that?
You don't have to.
What do you know of my life, Dee? All of it? Some of it? I mean, you said you've been there at points. How?
We exist alongside you. Live briefly in your world. Watching. Waiting. And never interfering. Unless a situation arises. I've seen most of your life. And I know even more.
Well, then you know how much of a physical excuse of a life it is. There's no point in continuing. I'm a hindrance to everyone in my life I feel love for, and I wouldn't want to inflict myself on anyone I could possibly love in the future. I'm a black hole, babe, condensing everything into the crushes.
That's contradictory to what I've seen in you. I've seen pain and suffering in your life, yes. But I've also seen beauty and wonder. Your work, your love you have for other people. You have no happiness left in your life for yourself because of the happiness you give to other people. You suffered, and even when you couldn't, there's still strength in saying no more. Taking control of a hurricane requires a lot of fortitude.
Well, that's life, isn't it?
We say that often, when life is hard. We say, well, that's life. I don't understand.
It's just a saying, Dee.
No, I'm sorry. I misspoke. I understand what it means in your context. I just don't believe it.
You don't believe what?
I lived a long time, Amelia. And I've seen so much pain, suffering, torment. You've had your fair share. But on the other hand, I've also seen beauty, change, wonder. And amongst it all, Amelia, there's no uniformity. No one path you all follow. There is no lives. There's just life. I've seen friends and family go through war, famine, pestilence, all of it. And I've seen those same friends and family carry on and shake it off. But I've also seen people with all the privilege and wealth in the world cry at the sight of a cable car. Now, that doesn't mean that one's better than the other. It just means you're different. You're also vibrant and different. And that's the reason why I continue to do what I do. You asked me earlier if I believed I was sent by God. I don't think I was. And I certainly don't worship one. But if I was to worship anything, it'd be uniqueness. Your pain is unique to you. See why your beauty is.
But why, Dee? Why does it have to be that way? Don't you wonder why?
Some of us do. Some of us reject our calling. Those amongst you. In fear. Even when we know we should. Perhaps they're smarter, more inquisitive than I will ever be. But it's okay. I carry the memory of all the souls that have passed through here. And that brings me joy. And deep down inside, I believe that's all any of us want. Me, you, they. Joy.
How old are you, Dee?
Old. Too old. And not old enough.
That doesn't make sense.
Does any of this make sense, Amelia? Tell you what, you ever reach my age, and you can tell me again how it doesn't make sense.
You know, I think, Dee, this whole spying on us, surveying us thing is it's very strange. I mean, it's borderline criminal, to be honest. Like you see us at our worst and even our best. Where's the privacy?
Many people say that when they get to us in the end. They're angry about it, and I understand why. But to put your mind at rest, your thoughts and feelings, we respect their privacy as much as we can. We're not mind readers. We just know what's in your life. When we see you're vulnerable, we distance ourselves.
But that's still not right. You said some of you reject the calling and live amongst us. Do they still have this power? This ability to spy on people? Can they still spy on people? Because it's like voyeurism, stalking.
I don't have all the answers for you, Amelia, I'm sorry. But to be us, it requires a certain amount of perspective. We can never truly be you, same way you can never truly be us. We're here to help you. And I understand that that is a poor excuse.
Yeah, that is a poor excuse.
I like to think of us as thoughts made manifest. You were all scared of death, so death did what it could to put your mind at rest.
Well, that still doesn't make sense. A thought can't touch. It can't affect. A thought can't physically save people.
Amelia, you of all people should know a thought can do that, and more, and worse.
Yeah, me of all people.
Do you want me to stop?
Stop what?
Being your dad?
You can stop.
Well, not really. But if it makes you uncomfortable, I can try. Amelia?
Do you drink this?
Not really. Being honest, I've tried it before, but I'd rather not try it again.
Tried what?
Drink.
Yeah. What drink did you try?
Oh, I'm unsure. There's more than one.
Thousands. So you're telling me you've lived however long and you didn't know there was more than one drink? Here, try this.
I guess I've lived a sheltered life. I don't think this is a good idea, Amelia.
Why not? It helps. Oh, come on, Dee, just try it. For me.
This isn't what I had before, I don't think.
Go on, have it.
Do you drink this often, Amelia?
Not really. I'm more a vodka girl, but where's the hand, right?
It's awful.
Of course it is.
Why would you drink something that's awful?
Because you're drinking till it isn't awful anymore, and that's when you know you're having fun.
And are you?
Am I what?
Having fun when you drink this, I mean.
Sure. Do you want another? Yeah, I wouldn't envy your hangover if you didn't drink more. So, if you stop being my dad, does someone else come and take over?
No. You just wouldn't have one.
I see what you're doing here, dude. Is this like a commitment thing? Like, if I say I don't want you as my death, am I committing to going back or something?
No. The choice is still yours. I would just leave.
What would you do? Would you get reassigned?
I'm honestly unsure.
Do you have a family day?
No. Well, I suppose my fellow deaths are my family.
Do you talk to them? Communicate?
Sometimes.
Why?
It's hard to explain. It's like your world, but it isn't. Like a reflection.
Yeah, I forgot I asked. Well, don't you get bored though, doing the same job over and over again?
A job. I can't list off you, Amelia. We don't get paid.
Volunteering then?
We like to think of it as a calling. And no, I don't get bored.
Okay. Well, if it's a call-in, then who called?
No one knows.
But what if you don't like the person you've been assigned to? Like, what if they're a terrible person? Like a Nazi or a dictator?
Therein lies the rub, I suppose.
What role?
I've lived a long time, Amelia, and I've seen many people come and go, and not all of them were good.
You could stand seeing that.
In the end, no matter how evil a person is, they still have to face that long, dark, lonely road the same way a virtuous person does. The undiscovered country welcomes all travellers. And in the end, they need my help, so I do what I can, because it's my calling.
But you said you could intervene, right? You said your people can intervene to
No,
say...
Amelia, I'm sorry. Maybe others of my kind could, but I couldn't.
But why not?
Because it's my calling.
You sure you don't want another? What? Do you want one after all?
No, I just think we should leave the alcohol for now,
Leave the alcohol? Why would I want to do that?
because it stops you from thinking straight.
Thinking straight? Why would I want to think straight? Can I even get pissed here?
Amelia, please.
You said respect choice, and I'm choosing to drink.
We do, it's just,
No, Dee, I don't get to leave through the door, so what else should I do?
you can leave at any time. I told you this.
Yeah, your words say it, but not your eyes, your actions. It's like you're waiting for me to do something, to say something. Do you know what, Dee? Instead of waiting, just come out and say it. Say whatever you want.
When did you start drinking?
You've been there for my life. You tell me.
No.
No?
No. You tell me.
Why should I tell you? Why should I have this conversation with you? If you're implying something about me, or about my drinking, then just come out and say it.
No, Amelia. You believe that you're angry with me, that I've withheld information from you, that I have some ulterior motive. I don't, and you're not. You're angry with yourself because you've withheld information from yourself. Things I believe you need to confront before you make your decision.
Who are you to tell me what to think? Who are you to tell me I have kept things from myself?
I'm death, Amelia. The end of the road. If you don't confront them now, then when will you?
I haven't kept anything for myself, Dee.
Okay.
I started drinking when I was 11. Everything just got a bit much, and I needed as much help as I could possibly get.
Help with what?
Everything. Dad leaving, then Mark looking after his sister. I just guess it was too much.
And your mum?
What about her?
Where was she?
She was doing the best she could.
Mrs. Ellie, isn't it?
Yeah.
And your dad?
Unfortunately.
What makes you say that?
Well, Let's just say me and good old Bob don't get along. But I'm sure you know that already.
Perhaps. I was there the day the picture was taken.
You were?
Yes. It was 4 years ago now, before you left for university. You, your sister and your father went for a meal. It was a quiet Mexican off Bill's room. Your father went to the bar to get some drinks. And then, when he came back, he slipped on an uneven step, spilling the drinks all over himself. You and Ellie laughed. He shouted, and then he smiled, and then he laughed. He asked the waiters to take a picture. That was me.
I remember that now. That was you?
Yeah.
You know, that was my last night with them. I mean, last night living with them. Yeah, but that joy didn't last long though, did it? I cried that night over a fucking bill. How pathetic, eh?
You both did.
What?
You and your father.
Why would he?
Cry? Pride is a brittle jewel, Amelia. Your father is of people who believes he has to provide for his family. And when that's challenged, then
Provide for his family? Where was he for 6 years and 10 months of my life then, eh? Over 2,000 days, D. A few tears don't make up for that. What? You think I'm being harsh? I told you I am, D. My heart is cold.
your heart isn't cold. And nor is your anger misplaced. Your father made a mistake and he...
A mistake? A mistake is forgetting your card or a phone, not leaving your wife and daughter to who knows what for nearly 7 years. You know Mum didn't even get to see him again after that.
Why did he leave in the first place? Amelia.
What?
I thought we agreed not to drink.
No. You agreed. I said nothing.
I believe talking rather than drinking was helping.
Is that what you believe, yeah? I mean, all we've done so far is talk about piece of shit Dad. And you can imagine how that's made me feel.
And yet, not once when we were talking about him did he reach for a drink. Only when I asked why he left.
Oh, just say it, Dee. I'm done with this back and forth. Just say it.
You're not angry with me, or your father. You're angry with your mother.
Is that right, Dee?
Amelia, I don't want any confrontation.
Confrontation? Of course you don't want that. Why am I angry with her?
This is something you need to confront, not me.
My mum was a single parent. And she did the best job she possibly could have done. Especially for putting up with me.
What makes you say that? From what I can remember, you were a far cry from a bad child.
No, you're wrong. I could have done more. I could have been more. I could have tried harder. I could have worked harder. I could have done so much to help. But I didn't. Do you know why? Because I was selfish.
Selfish. You were 7 years old when your father left.
And after? I wasn't there to help her when she needed me. I mean, I was an alcoholic by 13. School fights, antisocial behaviour. Fucking daughter of the year, eh?
You were both struggling.
Yeah, you're right. We all struggle. Just mum had 2 kids to look after while I had a baby shaped like a fucking vodka bottle.
And Mark?
What about him?
Why did he leave?
He left because Mum did the thing men hate.
And what's that?
She got old.
And left your mother pregnant with Ellie.
Yeah, he did. Just like my dad, he left.
But Robert came back after your mother died.
Yeah, he came back after 7 fucking years. He came back.
Amelia, I'm sorry to intrude, but Robert came back. He took you in and he adopted Ellie. And you struggled and you fought and you cried. But he cared for you. He still does care for you. It was him and Ellie that found you and took you to the hospital that night. You left for a reason, and I think it's time you confronted that reason.
I don't know what you mean.
Why did you start drinking at 11 years old?
Mum told me to drink it. She said it would help.
What else do you remember about your mother?
She really struggled after Mark. Affairs, booze, drugs, the lot. 2 kids, single parent. I guess it was just really hard for her. Hard for all of us.
It wasn't just after Mark though, was it?
No, I don't think so. Mum and Dad argued a lot. Mainly what she was spending money on. But it was so loud, and I was supposed to be asleep
Well, no one could sleep through that. And I think maybe that's part of the reason why he left.
You're 14 when your mum died, Amelia.
I was nearly 14, 2 weeks before.
Why did she die?
Doctor said it was an overdose. Heroin. She used it frequently towards the end. At first she tried to hide it, but then it just became obvious. In fact,
In fact, you what?
No,
Amelia, it's okay.
I didn't find it until later because she sent me out to pick it up from heroin. Ellie was crying, and I went out to get heroin at nearly 14.
It's good that you're remembering this now.
Can someone come back through the door?
Come back through the door?
Yeah, someone that's died. Not permanently, of course, but just for a moment here.
No, Amelia, I'm sorry. Once you're through the door, you can't come back.
But I need to speak to her.
I understand why, but
No, can you understand why?
I'm sorry.
I mean, you said you don't have a family, so I assume you don't have parents. So can you really understand what this feels like?
Perhaps not, but
No, buts, ifs, maybes, questions. I've been more honest with you than I've been with anybody else. And I think it's time for you to help me. I mean, isn't that what you're here for? To help me?
yes, I am here to help you. But what you're asking of me is impossible.
Well, you're not a very good deaf then, are you? So you can't bring her back. But she's dead. We put her in a casket and burnt her to ashes, so she's definitely dead.
Yes, she passed, but
No, but. What about the death I spoke to her? Can you bring them here?
I can't do that.
Why not?
I just can't.
Is there anything that you can do? I mean, this isn't fair. You make me remember things I don't want to remember, and then what? You make me suffer.
I don't mean to make you suffer, Amelia. You've suffered enough. I just don't understand why you want to talk to the deaf that spoke to your mother.
Because I want to know if she had a choice. Like me.
I told you, a situation like this is rare.
How rare do you know she was given a choice?
I'm not privy to what happens between another death and their dead.
Exactly, so bring me the one that does know.
I can't do that, Amelia. I wouldn't do that even if I could.
What? But you're supposed to help me, so why not?
Because if she had a conversation, it was hers. If she had a choice to make, it was hers. If she lived her life the way she did, it was because it was hers. Respect her privacy, Amelia. Respect her agency.
No, but I can't just... But this isn't fair. Losing both parents by 14. Having to look after a sister from 9 years old. I didn't even get to say a proper goodbye. I just want to know if she left us, if she really abandoned us, if she... I just want to see her. I just want my mom.
Amelia, it's okay.
Even after this.
After what?
I still need to tell me if it's going to be okay. I need Ben, I don't know why. She was a monster.
Amelia, your mother wasn't a monster. She was a very, very sick woman who unfortunately didn't get the help she needed.
But she left us.
Amelia, your mother wasn't a monster, and neither are you.
Please. Don't forgive me.
Amelia, there's only one person who can forgive you, and it's not me.
No, I'm wrong. If I could go back now and stop myself from existing, I would. If there was a God, I would give anything. My heart, my body, my soul. Anything just to end this.
Let me ask you something, Amelia. Does your mother choosing to leave you actually make a difference?
I mean, of course it does. It means that she...
The choice is all there is. If she chose in life or in death, and she regretted that decision, then the regret is tied to her soul like a ribbon. The same way yours is. You tried to make your heart iron, but pain won't allow it. There are holes weeping in blood and tears, until it becomes a wave. A wave that will drown you, has drowned you. We need to stop it.
And how? How do we stop it?
I staunchly believe in.
How?
I'm glad you asked. Amelia Harnett, 22 years of age, hard life, memories filled with pain that I've unfortunately had the misfortune of reminding you of. So now, in favour of balance, pick a happy memory.
A what?
Happy memory, where you felt the warmth of it in your bones.
I have no happy memories.
Are you sure? I've seen you smile and laugh.
Anyone can have a style, do. It's like makeup. Or a mask. Or drinking.
Can I ask you to humour me then?
Humour you with what?
A scene where I thought you were happy.
A scene.
Yes. To set the scene.
Where did you pull that from?
I have my ways. You, your family, and your friends were out celebrating your graduation. Your family waited away early. Ellie wanted to stay. You said you love her, but absolutely not. Now this night, your friends were out drinking. Not the least of all,
Huh. Yeah. Jenny.
Jenny Thomas, one and only. This night, let's just say, Jenny was a loose cannon, a wild card. She would pick a fight with any guy that came near her, and then, when she was done, she gave the old Irish goodbye.
Yeah. As she always does.
Quite. And you, being the kind and caring soul that you are, because it was your turn to look after her, you left the bar to go find her. You searched high and low, even rang her dozens of times, only to get a call from her on top of a multi-storied car park of all places.
Oh, just please don't remind me.
Multi-storied car park that was 6 miles away.
Yep. You know, I never knew a person who could get that far away in that space of time.
You begged for her to come back, but she pleaded for you to come rescue her. So you jumped in a taxi and went. And then, when you got there was Jenny Thomas, heelless.
Their feet, muddy as hell.
You asked her where her shoes had gone. She didn't even realise they had disappeared. You asked her if she was ready to go. But Jenny fancied a walk. So you walked around the block a few times. And what did you do?
I gave her my shoes.
That you did. You walked around the block, and Jenny didn't even realise the scenery had changed. I think she was just happy to be there. Until you came across...
Yeah, I know where that story's going.
Yes. You came across a rather active couple, let's just say. You, embarrassed, said sorry, and skedaddled out there. But Jenny stayed and shouted,
That brother starving.
and throughout that odyssey that night, you held tight to that certificate of yours. No one in human history could take it off you. You had earned it. You smiled, and you were happy, and proud.
No. You saw it wrong.
Did I? I mean, you're surrounded by darkness, Amelia. It's so easy to forget what light looks like. It convinces you that you're so alone, trapped. Even your memory is a poison. But I'm here to tell you it's a lie. It's always a lie.
Well, what if I don't believe you?
Then it's up to me to convince you. Further back then. So, your sister, Ellie. You love her? Yes.
Of course.
Your favourite memory of her?
I don't know, I just feel nothing.
I have one, if you let me tell you.
Sure.
Let's run it back to when you were 16. You were at a party at Jack Turner's house. You were drinking that night. Not with your usual zest.
This one's empty.
Of course, you know how I feel about drinking. You were drinking that night, but not with your usual zest. You had someone to impress.
Oh, please don't bring up that
Very
boy.
apt. Very apt choice of words, I agree. Declan March.
Do you know I literally nearly swore off memory because of that boy? Is he still kicking about, by the way? Please tell me no.
Unfortunately, yes. Declan Marsh is still alive.
Because he's still the same as he was before.
I don't follow him religiously, Amelia.
You know, you can't keep getting away with that.
Oh, to be young and in love.
I wasn't in love. And he clearly wasn't with me, so... I mean, that creature wouldn't know what love is even if Cupid shot an arrow in his ass. In fact, I hope he missed. I hope he got him in a neck instead. Right in the jugular. Now that would be fun to watch.
Well, as nice as that sounds, I don't mean to ruin things any further by bringing up former flames. The memory I have, when you got home, in tears.
Yeah, you're really helping, you know that, day.
Your father was angry with you that night. He explicitly told you you couldn't go to that party. Incident at school. But of course, you didn't see what was there. Tears. You ran upstairs, threw yourself on the bed, and cried, desperately. Your father wanted to run up the stairs and make it right just as desperately. But he couldn't. He had to work. You needed someone, and then that someone came. Ellie, 7 years of age, child of broken home, just like yourself, giving you all the warmth and love that you needed. It radiated off you both. And then Ellie said something a 7-year-old girl just really shouldn't say.
Yeah. She said, fuck men. Mum's favourite saying. You know, I don't think she knew what it meant.
You made a decision in that moment.
I did. I decided I wasn't going to let her be hurt the way I was. That I would protect her from this cold and hard world. But I guess I failed.
You said you went to your sister's before the incident.
I did.
You argued?
Yeah. She said I was suffocating her. That she's a teenager now and she needs more freedom from me and Dad. She's only a kid. She doesn't know how hard it is.
Amelia, she will remain a kid as long as people treat her like one. She's her own person. She's allowed to learn from her own mistakes.
No, I can't accept that. I was supposed to protect her, but I couldn't. I couldn't live for her.
And that's okay.
No, it's not. I was supposed to be strong. But I'm weak.
Amelia, people are strong and weak, all at different points in their lives. And the good news is, whenever you're at your weakest, there's someone there to lift you up. Ellie was there for you at your weakest, the same way you were there for her. You are worthy of help. You've just lost sight of why.
No, I don't know.
I have one final memory, if you will let me tell you it. I don't even think you'll remember this. Before Ellie, before your parents divorced.
There were no happy memories then. It was just loud noises, arguments, and vigil.
Sit on the couch with me a minute. I will tell you the story. Your father, your mother, used to sit watching TV all the time. Used to sit and to borrow a coat off your father, whatever shite was on the telly. You were watching a crime show this night, and the detectives were trying to figure out how a victim had been killed. They'd been shot in the clavicle, straight down to the body. So the blood splatter on us set up a red arc running straight through your body. Your mother was confused. And she turned around to your father and asked, "What's going on? What are they doing?" Your father explained that they were trying to figure out how the victim had been killed. Your mother was now even more confused. In fact, she was absolutely dumbfounded. And she turned around and asked, "What do you mean they're trying to figure out how a victim had been killed? It's clear he's been shot by an arrow." Your father, in shock, turned round and burst out laughing. Your mother was now angry at being laughed at. But after your father explained, he also laughed in equal parts embarrassment and ridiculousness at what she said. In between them both, you start laughing. You don't even know what you're laughing at, and it's chaos, and it's beautiful. And then, when you're done, you're so tired, you fall asleep in your mother's lap. You're happy and content.
I don't remember it. Was it real?
I don't lie, Amelia. I told you this.
I thought,
Even memories can be tainted by pain.
but it doesn't change anything. It just makes me Remember about the things that I've lost.
And have we?
Have I what?
Lost.
Well, yeah, my mum's dead and me and my dad can't stand each other.
Your father's still there. And so is your sister. And your friends. And they love you. And you love them. This memory you have of your mother is yours.
But it's not that easy.
No, it's not. It's life. Your life. When I say the choice is all there is, I don't mean the choice between life or death, or which door to take. I mean everything. You can choose to do anything, or be anything you want. Pain can only burden you as long as you let it.
But I'm scared, Dee.
It's good. Use that fear. Make it strength.
What if it gets worse?
It will get worse. And then it'll get better. And it might get worse again. But worse doesn't last forever.
But I'm not a superhero, Dee. I don't think I can do it again. All this pain, it hurts. My soul has nothing left. It's killed me twice. First my soul, my sense of self, and then my shell. I don't think I can do it again.
You don't have to. You don't have to go back. However, one final game, if you'll humor me.
A game.
Yes. You asked me 3 questions, and I asked you 3 questions in return.
Why would I want to ask you any questions? And why 3? Such an arbitrary number.
It's because I've lived a long time, Amelia, and you're close. You can ask me anything. I can't reveal specifics, but I'll try my best.
Sure.
The questions won't bring you pain, Amelia. I promise.
Okay, fine.
Okay. You first.
Would you ever go through the door yourself, Dee?
I don't believe my work is finished yet, Amelia. But not many people ask about me indoors. Mostly about Roman empires. But I suppose, when we are no longer needed, yes,
So a long time then.
perhaps. Okay, my turn. When did you stop believing in God?
I don't think I ever truly believed. Life made sense without it, as shocking as it may sound to some people.
I understand. Your turn.
If you could be God, Dee, or whoever made this happen, would you allow yourself to walk through the door with me now?
I don't think my work is done. And we all have our stories to tell, to live. Have you ever been in love, Amelia?
Oh, this is the most expensive therapy session I've ever had. I think so.
One final follow-up question, if you'll allow me. How did it make you feel?
It made me feel complete. It's humbling. All of it comes from nothing. Love is nothing. It's just chemicals, sexual attraction, compatibility, timing. But with time, we've developed to the point where we can debate and discuss about what love is. We can write about it. We can sing about it. We made nothing into something. And that's beautiful.
Remember that feeling. Your turn.
If I decide to go to heaven, or wherever, will you meet me there one day, when you finally go through the door?
I'd be honoured, Amelia. However, I suppose my one final question is your story really finished?
You know, Dee, I think this is cheating, really. You said you wouldn't intervene on someone's behalf and wouldn't, try to convince them that it's their choice. Well, judging by the effort, I think you want me to make a particular decision.
Is that what you think, Amelia? This is all for balance. I show you some hard truths, some bad memories, and then some good ones. The choice is still yours. Although, as someone quite rudely pointed out, I'm not a very good death, am I? So I will say this. It'd be very, very sad not to see the rest of your story, Amelia Harnett. You're close, Amelia. I will leave you to your decision.
Dane. It's not real, is it? None of this. It's my brain, isn't it?
Amelia Harnett, the 11th hour. Still asking the wrong question.
What's the right question?
Does any of this being real actually make a difference?